Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Quiver podcast. I'm Brian, and today we are joined by a special guest once again. Thank you for your time, Miss Mika Esperanza, former
Thank
Ladies
you for
Packers Secretary,
having me again.
and also joining us today is Vic. Hi, say hi, Vic.
Magandang araw, gabi, tanghali.
Yeah, and it's obviously a good day, morning, noon, evening, whenever you are watching or listening this on YouTube or Spotify, because the Lady Spikers are in a four-game winning streak after that good win against the FEU Tamaraws, by beating them straight sets, only their second straight sets win this season after yung first win against Adamson. So I wanna get into the volleyball right now. Of course, many of us coming into this game were wary of FEU's threats kasi ito yung FEU team na dumali sa UST in the first game of the season. Also pushed NU, were still undefeated, to a five-setter. They could have really won that. Kasi lamang sila 2-1, if I recall correctly, in that game, only to lose the fourth and fifth set. So, of course, and yun nga, concern din ni Coach Ramil coming into this game was um, we played against Ateneo in midweek, and then Saturday, FEU agad. So parang, okay, before we talk about the game, siguro hingin na natin yung insight ni Miss Mika, Miss Mika Esperanza. What do you think of yung pagkaganyan yung short lang yung kailangan yung preparation? Parang help us gain perspective. Paano ba mag-prepare yung volleyball players in the UAP na syempre may pagod and yung din, mental exercise going into two tough games na magkasunod.
Usually pag ganyan, na short lang interval between games, what we usually do, what the team does, syempre is more on ano na lang, scrimmage and ball exercises or drills na lang, not more on weights or what, more on ano talaga, just practicing yung plays para hindi rin mabigat sa katawan. Kasi sometimes we have the luxury of a week before our next game, yun pa, madami pa pwede kami mag-weights, have time for cooperation and like that. Pero usually pag ganito, what the coaching staff do talaga is let us focus or we focus more on the next game talaga. Studying the plays, at the same time, gagawin pulido yung mga plays namin. So, yes, nakakapagod, pero nag-a-adjust na lang kami with the drills that we do para hindi mabigat sa katawan or hindi pa mas lalong mas strain. So, yun.
Uh, to add to that question before we talk about the FU game, usually ba maganda na nakatulong ba rin siya sa rhythm or sa timing, as they say? Kasi, for example, Lasal came into this game na kakalaro lang, pero yung FU parang mga a week ang tinagal before they played again. So maybe, do you think that it also helps the players pagka ganun, na nasa rhythm sila, momentum, timing?
I think so. Sometimes it becomes a factor, especially if you came from a win. Medyo mataas pa yung moral ng team. But sometimes it doesn't really matter as much kasi sometimes both teams are back to zero pag coming into the game. So yun, I think pagandahan na lang talaga ng gising on the game day itself.
Ayan, so mukhang maganda naman gising ng Lady Spikers natin because of course it's a straight sets win. We didn't really expect that kasi obviously FU is a threat. We acknowledge them. We are still wary of them in the second round. So before we ask Mika of what she thought about that game, maybe I'll ask first Vic. What did you see in this game in FU na hindi natin masyado nakita when we played the games before this one?
Ako, I'd focus sa to receive. And dahil meron tayong receive, meron tayong attack efficiency kahapon, as what we've seen. Pati mas nagustuhan ko kahapon na hindi ko alam kung equally distributed or parang hindi exclusive lahat kay Angel yung bigay ng bola kahapon. So I'm not sure if that's the strategy kahapon nila Coach Ramir and Coach Noel and the rest of the coaching staff na let's maximize si Shevana. Kasi medyo maliit, hindi rin ganun katangkaran tong FEU. I think they have only one tall middle blocker, si Eliorina ba yun? Tama ba? So, pag sa sa ganda ng receive and then we have that efficiency na nakakaset si Nicole na maganda kay Shevana, parang yun nga, pagka tumalo na si Shibana, yung mga blocker niya parang kulang yung kamay. Hindi siya natatakpan sa mukha eh. So nakakapalo. Kumbaga she can really dictate where she wants to put that ball kahapon, na scene naman yung pa to performance niya. I have to say na for me it was a pa to dominating performance for Shibana, kasi wala eh, parang sobrang comfortable niya kahapon because nga nakaka-receive tayo ng maganda.
And now we go to Mika, of course. What did you like about that win against FEU?
Yeah, so I saw the game live, and I think yun nga, FU is not an easy opponent to go against kasi nga they had a five-setter with NU at the same time. They had win against UST. So I know na medyo mahirapan tayo dito, but of course, looking at the game yesterday, what was I really proud of our girls is that consistent yung blocks natin. The blocks were there.
Yeah.
Nung first set pa lang, it set the tone of the game. You know, when they established their blocks, yung serves naman nandyan palagi, pero very consistent yesterday. So I think yun, we went back to our strengths, which is yung blocking and serving, and everything else followed.
Do you think that because of maganda yung defense and yun nga, setting the tone of the attack with the service, do you think it helped the team's composure? Kasi yun, this is the game that we had the least errors so far in the season at 16. Parang the rest of the games except yung first game against NU had 20 or more. So do you think gaano kalaking factor yun na kumpiyansa yung players natin sa ganitong situation?
Definitely, it gave them such a moral boost nung konti lang yung errors nila. I think what separates this game from other games is that marunong silang bumawi agad. You know, hindi, I think also Coach Emil mentioned na mas maingay sila ngayon. So, yung concept na bawi agad, I think, it was very evident during this game. Na kaya siguro din na trim down natin yung errors natin because hindi nila masyadong iniisip yung errors. What they think about every error most likely is babawi sila, which I think yun, napakita nila sa game na to.
Yeah, and it's really helpful for LaSalle Volleyball na malesen yung errors kasi like what we always said even from previous seasons, parang if LaSalle can clean the errors, parang we have the capability to kill sa attacks. We also have strong blocking. The net defense has always been there. So many fans keep on saying na it's the errors that sometimes allows the opponents bakit daw hindi naka-4 sets. May mga nakakibasa akong comments sa previous episodes natin na parang sinasabi nila, may clamor na yung errors talaga eh. It's something na they kind of accept na similar way sa basketball team natin pagdating sa free throws. But of course, I mean, when we ask Mika, syempre, di ba, as a volleyball player, wala namang player na gusto mag-commit ng errors. It really just happens, di ba? So, anything else na parang nag-capture ng attention nyo in this game? Maybe Nicole, Mika, as a fellow setter, of course, is one of her ates. Ewan ko kung anong degree ng pagiging ate na when it comes to that. Let's not mention a number. Pero syempre, as someone who previously followed their path, as in dumaan ka na sa pinagdaanan niya, what is your insight about her progress so far in this campaign?
To be fair, sobrang hirap maging setter sa isang LaSalle system under Coach Ramil. So kung ano yung pinagdadaanan ni Nicole, wala pa yun sa nalalaman natin kasi sobrang hirap talaga being a setter in that kind of culture or system. So talagang kudos to Nicole kasi her improvement every game is really makikita mo talaga. And what I really like about yesterday's game, yung game ni Nicole, is you saw her composure as a setter. Na even if, especially no third set, I think they were catching up eh. Sobrang dikit na nung endgame eh. Pero you saw Nicole very composed pa rin. Makikita mo yun eh sa sets na kahit sobrang haba na ng rally, as in out of the system plays na, but she can always deliver the ball to her spikers. And that is a great improvement and maturity coming from a setter. And I think we can expect more from Nicole this coming games, especially na ngayon, I think sa tatlong sets na yun, hindi siya nilabas. And that's a good sign. Ibig sabihin talaga na consistent siya with her plays and her role as a setter. And I think hopefully Nicole is already under the impression na she already accepted the role of being a setter of LaSalle, and it's not an easy role. It's not, it's not bestowed to anyone, and to be picked as the first setter under Coach Shamil, that's such a big achievement already. So, yun, I just want to commend Nicole for such an amazing game yesterday. And I think we can expect more from her.
I think telling din na siya yung nag-seal nung game, no, with her
Oh,
1-2.
1-2. Oh, yung
Yeah,
Nag-seal,
that's
1-2.
great
which
speed,
Oo.
exudes
actually.
the confidence na meron na siya na,
Yes, yes.
I mean, as a rookie player to do that at a critical part of the
Ganda ng
game,
bitaw eh, no?
talagang,
Ganda
oo,
ng
talagang
bitaw
ano
eh.
na. Paano ba yung ano dyan, mentality? Kasi syempre, sa ating tatlo si Mika, Esperanza lang yung nakapag-set sa Unity. So, parang, ano yung, bitaw, parang with, how do you read the floor pagka ganyang 1-2? Kasi syempre, di ba, you also need the coordination sa team. Or ikaw ba talaga lang magbibigay ng, kahit sila hindi nila alam?
Yeah. You want to play dapat unexpected yan even to your teammates. That no one will see
Ah,
it coming. Yung ginawa ni Nicole, that was very unexpected on the last point. And I think it was from a free ball eh. Usually
Mm.
pag free ball,
mm,
you expect a play eh.
Ah.
So when it's a free ball, then you expect a 1-2 play. Ayun, it's very unexpected and that's how it should be done.
yeah, so she's really taking notes and yun nga, whoever, syempre marami rin nagtumutulong sa kanya. I mean, of course, for yung former teammate mo rin, si Mika Reyes, obviously she'll also be watching this kahit sabihin natin sabay yung
Yes.
team nila. Parang, alam mo yun, di ba? It's part of the lineage. So ikaw naman, Vic, what is your impression from a fan perspective? Maybe not just of Nicole, but anyone else from the team na nakikita mong nagsa-step up in this four-game winning streak that the Lady Spikers are putting up.
Sa akin, ang ano ko lang, isamot sari yung nag-aambag. For example, the other game, si Aliyah, tapos kakahapon naman si Shevana. So, all our hitters, kumbaga, hindi mo, on this win streak, we can't say na it's all Angel eh. Yun yung, para sa akin, from a fan, yun yung maganda sa four-game winning run na to eh, na hindi mo na we are taking away that sense na as Angel ang babantayan natin sa lahat. Parang right now you have others na tawag dito contributing, especially si Aliyah. What I like about her sa ibang games natin, and even also yesterday, yung vary ang galing na niya mag-vary ng atake niya. May papadaplesin sa blocker, palo siya malakas, place lang niya, float lang niya, hindi siya one dimensional. Yun yung ano ko sa kanya. Well, that's what I see from her dito sa ano na to, winning streak natin na to. Yun din, pati ano din, receive, ang laking bagay. It's really important. Everybody is stepping up kasi hindi ka naman makakatake ng maganda kung wala kang receive. It makes Micole's job a lot easier. So, yun nga, kung players yun, but overall, lahat nag-step up eh. Wala akong mabanggit na any player in particular, since lahat lahat I can see that everybody's trying na magtulong-tulong sila just to make this season para merong improvement as we go into the second half.
Yeah, talagang ang hirap masabi. And I wanna ask si Mika this one kasi syempre Angel Canino came into the season with a lot of responsibility. First of all, being a part of the national team, she's expected to contribute a lot hindi lang sa offense pati sa defense.
Yep.
And initially we saw na parang she's taking in too much, but then with what Vic said in the previous games na nananalo na tayo, you see a lot of players also putting in their own numbers and yung effort nandun din. Do you think yung ganyang variation of players na nagsa-step up, it lifts the burden? Or how much burden na nililift kay Angel? Kasi siya na rin yung captain eh. Parang ganyan.
It helps a lot. I think being a team captain of a LaSalle team puts a lot of pressure for sure to Angel. Also coming from a loss last season. So, malaki talaga yung pressure on her. But seeing how the girls are playing, I think, evidently din naman, it helps lessen the burden to Angel now that everybody's contributing in all aspects, in blocks, in setting, in spikes. I think eventually naman ma ma-distribute na rin yung roles to each one. I think hindi naman yung tatak Lasal. I think na we don't really have yung super isa lang yung nagbubuhat sa team. Everybody contributes. I think yun din naman yung laging Coach Emil wants us to embody. Kumbaga, oo, lahat kayo superstar, pero everybody contributes. Wala lang isa. Everybody has a role to play.
Yeah, that's really nice to say because that's what team sports is about. Even if you are confident in your ability, syempre you also have to balance it with teammates who are also confident and capable in their own ways. So now that we talked about the FU game, let's move on to the second round. But before we move on to the second round, Mika, are you wearing the elegant
Oh,
timepiece
yeah.
Ibarra?
Yes.
Ayan,
Yeah.
so this
Kasi
is,
I
Ganda
have
ng green.
something green
Grabe.
again.
ayan, ganda sobra. As
Ganda ng
in,
green.
I was
if you
wearing
are
this
watching,
yesterday.
yeah, so if you
Grabe.
are watching right now and you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you will get a chance to win the Watch Mika Esperanza is wearing
Ba't di
on
ba
the
tayo,
screen.
Bray? Kakasali doon?
Gusto ko nga eh, kasi baka pwede ko
Guys,
pa gumawa ng additional
may
channel.
tayo eh.
Tignan natin, baka mamaya, hindi, baka ineligible tayo. Let's see. Tignan natin
Eligible ba
yung
tayo?
rules.
Gusto ko
Tignan
manalo
natin yung
yan.
rules ng, tingnan natin yung rules ng, hindi ng UAP, ng
Oo,
Quiver.
oo, ng
Diba?
quiz. Oo, baka mamaya, oo.
Baka mamaya may
Mapa-approve
mag-inquire.
natin sa board yan. Mapa-approve natin sa board. Maganda, maganda.
Ayan,
Maganda.
so, at kami, hindi kami sure if we can win the watch, but you as a watch subscriber, once you subscribe to the channel,
Yep.
yeah, you'll get a chance to win that. We have one nga lang to give away. So, make sure that you subscribe now so that we can give it away once we reach 1,000 subscribers. And thank you, Mika, for showing that watch. And also, we'd like to thank our sponsors. First of all, Blue Fire LPG for all your LPG needs, especially in the catering business, cafeteria, kitchens. Contact Blue Fire LPG on social media. And also, Savvy Skin. Ayan, tanong natin si Mika. Skincare, di ba? It's vital for
Yes.
women and even for men. Kasi ako sinasabihan ako ng girlfriend ko
Oo.
eh. Like,
Tama.
mag-skincare ka, your skin is lalo na
Tama.
ngayon with the summer season coming up, syempre madali makaano yung damage ng skin. So, use Savvy Skin. Ayan, also one of our backers of the show. Ayan, they have a lot of products in their social media. And once you visit their website, there will be a may voucher agad yan eh, 20% off. Malaking bagay yun.
Yep.
20% off. So, check out their products at Savvy Skin. It's dermatologically tested and approved by European standards. Anyway, now that we mentioned that, let's discuss first round. Because, of course, hindi lang naman yung FEU game yung nangyari. Natapos na rin yung first round. And while we can talk about other teams, like what we will always reiterate to people who watch the show, this is a LaSalle Sports platform. So, of course, we will talk about LaSalle mainly. We may talk about others, but our priority is LaSalle. So, Mika, watching the games in the first round, what do you think so far has really been consistent with our Lady Spikers?
Siguro yung consistent talaga, I think yung receive and serve natin, which is good. I think coming from a really strong service na team, you would expect na magaling tayo mag-receive kasi yun yung nire-receive nila every day.
Yeah.
So that at least, from the start of the season until the last game of this round, consistent yung receive natin. That's why I think then nakaka-score din tayo coming from a receive. And then towards the end of this round, I think I also have to mention yung blocking natin. Finally, naging organized na siya. Looking at our lineup kasi probably the average height of our girls is what, 5'9"? And that's a tall team. That's why I sometimes get frustrated when I see this organized block. Kasi alam ko kaya naman nilang maging organized. So, I'm really proud that yesterday nakita na natin kung paano ulit mag-block ang LaSalle team. And it's not just blocks, it's kill blocks, I think. Medyo mataas yung kill blocks natin yesterday. And you know what, even if yung mga touch lang, block touch, that's a really great contribution to a play kasi it breaks off the spike coming from the opponent. So yun, I think I hopefully we can see more of those coming into the second round. And then yun, I think we also see na yung setting department natin slowly we're getting there kasi very shaky nung start. Coach Emil has been struggling to not really choose, but kung sino yung magpo-perform sa kanila. Parang every game, we're hoping that someone steps up. dun sa tatlong setters that we have. And slowly, I think we're getting the jive in it. Nakikita na natin si Nicole stepping into the role, and hopefully the second round is mas consistent na. Sa spiking department, I think, no doubt, Angel has been a consistent player. And of course, Shavana, na as in, itaas mo lang yung bola, it's almost a 90% chance that it's gonna be a point, you know. And then Alea, yes, we have to commend her as well. Kasi she's a very smart player. Don't really expect yung medyo powerful spikes or what, but she's a very smart player. Yung wrist action niya kasi, it's very high caliber talaga. If you see yung mga down the line attacks niya, yung mga ganun down the line attacks, if I may say, nakikita ko lang yung kay Ara, yung mga ganun ka-sharp, that it doesn't even hit the fingers of the blockers. That's
Mm.
how good she is when she does her down the line, and even her cross spikes. I think yun, yung kay Alea talaga. And hindi masyado itong napapansin ng iba, pero yung receive ni Alea at yung serve niya is a very good contribution. Ang bigat niya mag-serve. Sometimes kasi, like kami, pag sa first serve namin, ano lang, alalay lang yan. You sort of feel it muna. But with Alea kasi, she's very consistent with her serves eh. Porsyento talaga at mabigat. Ayun. And then, I think sa blocking natin, for our middle blockers, I would love to see more of them in the spiking department. You know, I hopefully we can see the connection already with the setter and the middle blockers or spikers natin. Kasi they are not just our middle blockers for a reason, you know. I believe especially Amy Puvido, she can really score when you give her a set. So yun, I think yun yung mga to watch out for with the second round.
Yeah, ito. We are entering this second round as a team in third. Actually, Tapla with UST. We'll give UST the second place kasi tinalo nila tayo in the first round. Now, I'll ask Vic, kaya ako binanggit to is, tingin mo yung 5-2 is a fair record for our team? Like, tama naman siya. Accurate naman yung representation. Or you think na maybe it could have been worse or it could have been better? What are your thoughts about the 5-2 record?
Ako better kasi panalo tayo sa UST. Kaya
Yeah, you
better
saw that
dapat
game live, diba?
tama
You
tayo eh.
saw that, yeah, you saw that game live, diba? And it was a
Tama
nail-biter of
tayo.
a contest talaga. Like,
Oo,
we
kaya
really had the lead even in the fifth.
I won't say I won't say it's worse. Dapat better, dapat 6-1 tayo ngayon at the end of the first round eh. Kundi lang tayo hindi ko alam kung collapse or yun lang. Medyo nagkaroon lang ng problema on that Ipato UST game. So 5-2 is fair, and yes, it could have been better sana. Dapat sana 6-1. So ayun, hoping na we will improve kasi 5-2, so dapat 6-1 or sweep natin yung second round, with all yung points na sinabi ni Mika kanina, no, with all those to watch out for. Ako, same thing din eh. I want to see, we've seen glimpses na binibigyan ni Nicole yung ating mga middle blockers. I'd like to see more of that sa second round din kasi if we are already setting the tone with our three hitters na medyo nabibigyan na ng maayos eh. So it's just about kung yung timing, kung kailan natin makikita na yung ating tatlong middle blockers will be given those chances as well na maka-attack.
I want to ask Mika about our rotation kasi napapansin ko, solid yung rotation natin na, I mean, we also have other players in our team kasi diba, I think it's 15 ba or something in the lineup. But we see around 8, 9, 10 players. Ang pinaka-rotated position na from my observation is libero since we see Laika and Pia switch turns sometimes.
Yep.
Does it matter na mas maganda ba pag konti lang yung core players or is it better na gamitin yung talent pool available?
Based on my experience, and I think mas effective kasi if shorter yung rotation, or sometimes kung sino talaga yung first six, sila yung maglalaro all throughout the game. Kasi yung chemistry ng team, yung anim, that's very important. You know, one change in player kasi can actually change the whole chemistry of the team. So, yes, meron pa rin substitution. Definitely, like yun nga, sa libero, I think sometimes meron kang taga-receive na libero and for defense specialist na libero or mga serve specialist or yung double substitution to make three spikers para mas full yung lineup for attacking. So yun yung mga usual na strategy ng coaches. But I think mas effective kasi na kung sino lang yung talagang first six mo for the chemistry itself to be effective. Ayun, for volleyball.
Yeah, syempre kasi 'di ba, when people watch the games, nakikita naman natin kung sino yung usual players, and then sometimes meron yung mga magic hugot
Yes. Mm.
from time and again we see that especially in Lasal. That just goes to show gaano kalalim yung team natin, that
Mm-hmm.
even some players we don't get to see as much are capable when producing. So of course that's a nice sign of the team na tipong I guess we've seen consistently around 9 to 10 players kasi diba 7, 8 libero and then 9, 10 maybe si Baby Jean and si Shane. We see them
Shane, yes.
occasionally in the games this season. So now that we talked about that, I would like to ask, so go, unahin ko muna si Vic so that may buelo, and then let's see if Mika has another candidate. Who do you think is the Lady Spikers player of the game, player of the round after 7 games?
God.
Who performed the best? And syempre mahirap
Hirap
kasi
yung
syempre,
tanong.
for example, libero does a different thing to a outside hitter and as opposite spiker and a middle blocker. But you can obviously justify your answer in
Sige.
every way you
Sige,
want.
sige, sige. Medyo ano to, medyo may biased ako ng konti. I'd go for sa libero si Rodriguez. Sobrang
Mm.
natutuwa ako sa kanya pag pinapanood ko siya. Kasi parang ano siya yung alam mong willing, para siyang hindi lang siya libero, para siyang I would call her parang line, well, in American football terms, para siyang linebacker in the sense na maingay siya eh. She always communicates sa backline pagka may mahuhulog na ball yun. Sobrang active niya. Hindi lang siya yung nakikita mong may effort lang sa receive, but I like how she communicates sa backline. Kaya yun, siya yung medyo siya yung pipiliin kong personal preference ko sa player of the round. Tapos, natutuwa pa ako sa kanya, pag meron siyang hindi nare-receive, pag nagsasorry siya, sabihin niya lagi kasi di na niya naabot. Doon ako tuwan-tuwa sa kanya. Pag mag-sorry siya sa coaching staff, sabihin niya lagi, sorry, she will always do this gesture na hindi na niya naabot yung bola kahit nag-try naman siya at her very best. So yun, siya yung pipiliin kong player of the round ko.
How about si Mika? Ito siguro most of our fans are waiting now. Sino yung candidate ni Mika for player of the first
Player
round?
of the round, this first round, definitely Angel for me. I think the burden kasi of being a team captain, tapos yun nga, the burden na coming into the season na you came from a loss from last season, and then seeing not so bad 5-2 win-loss record is for me just shows na we're getting there. Sobrang diesel ng team na to. As in, we're picking at the right time. And I have to commend our team captain, Angel, for that. Especially last game, yesterday when I watched, when she started, yun nga, parang hyping up the crowd, in the usual swag. I think it sort of energized the team. You know, they started doing or mas naging pulido pa yung galaw natin. And she has been like that since the first game. Hindi nawawala yung energy niya, yung her character inside the court na pag binigyan mo ng bola, alam mong tiwala ka na she would convert that to a point. So I really have to commend her for that. Even sa likod, kahit she's just doing defense, pero makikita mo talaga yung character niya, you know, and I really have to commend her na she really took on the role as the team captain as well as your go-to person talaga. And yun talaga sa pag kailangan mo ng puntos, you can always trust in her and give her the ball.
Yeah, and that's a really good answer, solid one. Angel Canino, of course, a reliable piece and the second best player statistically sa atin. But of course, like what Nika said, it's more than the statistics. It's the leadership. It's the seniority. Third playing year, but already carrying a lot on her shoulders. Ako, if just to be fair to you, para magsabi rin ako ng meme, I'll say Shavana Lapot would be my player of the round. She's been helping a lot, and not just the Angel in terms of attacking, we also see her as someone that can lead the team alongside Angel. And at the same time, yun nga, her emergence has really lightened the load to everyone then. As in, aware na siguro si Shavana how much is expected, especially now that tagal na rin niya sa program. So she's stepping up and she's showing her full potential. Hopefully we see better days ahead pa, and I think she is aware naman about it kasi first round pa lang eh. We will ask more of that later. Pero yan, I will mention Shavana. She can really step up. Sabi nga na ni Vic, pag maganda yung set sa kanya, as long as she hits it cleanly, alam mong point na yan kasi ang hirap nga depensahan. I don't think a lot of players in the league can really defend her. So as long as she keeps it nice and on target, shouldn't have many problems. Nabanggit ni Mika kanina yung hyping part, yung Swag Fest, and we saw that a lot in the game against FEU. So for our segment of the Blue Fire Direction Hot Take, are games more fun to watch like this? The tipong both teams are really just displaying confidence and gamesmanship, but in a positive way. Kasi syempre, wala namang animosity between FEU and LaSalle the way we saw the game in the first, to end the first round. Ikaw, Mika, as someone na nagkaroon ng kakampi din in LaSalle na I
Naman.
actually don't think Mika was yung ganyan ka exuberant when it comes to celebrating kasi una setters don't get to score a lot of points, but of course syempre you belonged in many LaSalle teams that had these characters constantly. Sa practice ba nangyayari ba yung ganyan? Ano ba? What can you share about the swag fest that the fans love?
Actually, parang recent na lang tong swag. I think during our time, we don't say it swag eh. We call it angas.
Yeah, yun
Yes.
nga eh. Yeah. I think it's a Gen Z-fied term na siguro.
Yeah.
Oo.
So
Well, same thing, angas. Sa training, yeah, it's a fun pag may ganon between teammates. It sort of hypes us up. Parang sumasaya yung training pag may mga ganong angasan, kumbaga. But it's
mm-mm.
just the game. Hindi naman siya like sa after the training magkakagalit kami, It's just, keeping everybody energized. Sa game naman, ayun lang, same thing. It infectious kasi yung pag nakikita mong palaban yung teammate mo eh. Parang hindi naman siya parang pinopersonal, but it's just, yun nga, we call it angas, na kailangan ipakita mong you're just not gonna back down, na parang lalaban at lalaban ka. And again, it's the game lang naman siya. Hindi naman siya dinadala outside of the game. As you can see
Yeah.
din naman with Angel, di ba, she did the peace sign after it. Again, it's just part of the game. You cannot tell a character of a player just seeing them how they do it on court. You know, it just shows na for us kasi yung angas, it's sort of another facet of your confidence inside of the court and how you face your opponent. Pero again, it's nothing personal. Hindi namin siya dinadala outside of the court.
I really like what Mika said na nothing personal. How about you, Vic? From a fan perspective, do you enjoy this? Yung tipong nakikita mo players show emotions, display that, ano yun, may gamesmanship din eh, na tipong they're not just there to be like robots or whatever. Parang they're enjoying the game. How much does that mean to you as a fan?
Ako, oo, exciting. Kasi, I think that's for basketball, yan yung tipong we can see both teams really wanting to win. Yan yung yung alam mong hindi, no side will give a quarter of an inch. Parang ganun siya eh. And since volleyball is walang way na mag-contact yung mga players like
Unless
in
dun sa joust
basketball.
lang. Yun na yung
Diba?
pinaka-concept
Yun
ng
yung
joust.
joust sa net. But anything other than that, yun na yung makikita mo na pati siguro yun din yung na you can do that really in volleyball kasi wala namang kayong point na to contact kayo at each other eh. So
At least intentionally. Pag ginawa mo yun intentionally, may malaking problema na yun.
mukhang red card kaya saan magkaganon. Pero yun siya, it brings out excitement, and sa akin walang problem doon for as long as you can, kasi I think ang concern doon is that pag masyado ka nadadala with your emotions, you tend to forget what you need. Yung mental focus mo din sometimes nawawala. So it's nice that you have that. It's nice that you can show your emotions, but at the same time you should not forget pa rin to keep your focus on the game. Ano yung kailangan mong gawin? You have to execute your game plan. But it's nice to have that from someone watching on the stands na meron tayong gamesmanship na nakikita kasi yung mga fans na nai-involve din yan. Kasi 'di ba sa volleyball ang fans na involved lang pag may mga pangit na tawag.
Oh,
Tapos
yeah,
yung,
yeah.
yung referee, hindi matatawag. Kahit alam mo double touch na nag-net block, hindi tinatawag na net block. O, tsaka na nagre-react yung fans eh. Ngayon, pag may gamesmanship na ganyan, ang unang direct niyan talaga yung mga fans eh. May involve yung mga fans. Mas may excite, mas ingay. So, mas magiging lively yung laro. Which, for the fans is good, pero for the players nga yun, medyo ano siya, extra challenge kasi apart from iingay, hindi na kayo magkakarinigan sa isa't isa sa court. So you need to be mentally sharper as you play the game.
Yeah, that's a nice perspective. I think what we can sum it up is parang it's really nice to display confidence and the emotions, but of course, don't dwell on it then. Tipong
Yep.
it happens point for point, pero parang if as long as you retain the focus and what you display helps your confidence, it's a positive for you. The whatever people want to say shouldn't matter na as long as you believe and you can convert into results, diba? So, before we end the show, syempre 5-2 record. Ang glaring na pag-uusapan ng mga tao, syempre the losses to NU and UST. I think what we really hammered dun sa NU episode is that it's really too early to talk about what went wrong in that NU game as the first game. I think
Yeah.
now we see 7 games naman na. So I guess there will be assessment of the team kung saan talaga yung strengths and weaknesses. So let's say we get NU right away because we still haven't received yung schedule as we are recording this, but there is a good chance that we see NU within a week.
Yeah, kasi 1-3 eh.
So let's ask Mika, what do you think the team should work on to have a chance and deal NU their first loss of the season?
I think coming into the second round, and if we're gonna face NU agad for our first game for the second round, is that maintain what our strengths are. Again, serving and then blocking. NU is a very offense-oriented team. Kudos to their setter, Lamina. She's a very good setter. I have to give her that. Pero we had faced opponents with strong setters as well. So yun lang, kailangan lang talaga may organizing blocking natin. Once we crack that, yung mabasag natin yung offense nila, I think kaya natin makipagsabayan din with our offense because heavy rin naman yung ating spikers. I mean, Angel and Shavana, even Alea also contributing to the offensive department of our team. We have a chance, definitely. And coming into the second round, we just have to maintain our strengths yung receiving natin because heavy servers din ng NU eh. So if we can maintain our receives as well, and then our setter, Nicole, being consistent and very confident in her setting and give confidence to her middles as well, definitely we can take a win against NU. And I believe the girls are in the right path. Kumbaga, we're picking at the right time. And if we're gonna meet NU as early as the first game, I think I'll be happy na sila agad yung makalaban natin, especially coming from a 3-set win against FEU. We have a good chance, really good chance to have a win against NU.
Yan, I really like what Mika said because that's what is in my head. Yung tipong peaking at the right time, already gaining confidence. How much different is this Lasal team from that first game, Vic, compared to the last game we just saw against FEU? Ano yung confidence level mo as someone who follow the LSU volleyball team against this NU team? What do you think is what do you think of our chances?
Ako, we should be playing better kasi medyo iba naman na yung kasi kita natin first match of the season kagad eh. So parang andun pa yung
Kapaan pa, no?
testing the waters ka pa. Alam mo yun, parang for example, si Nicole hindi at tinitignan pa niya kung ano yung tendencies talaga kasi first league match eh. So parang titimplahin mo pa yan talaga eh kung ano yung mga kailangan mong gawin. Tapos I do expect yung mga errors natin on that game. We should be able to clean it up. And I think kasi since NU is the number one attacking team in the league, we should be able to frustrate them blocking tsaka receive. Kasi for as long as we were able, pag na-frustrate natin yung offense nila, I think that's where I think they will doon ka makakahanap ng butas sa kanila once we get them frustrated na every time they attack, we can block or we can receive yung mga atake nila. So, I expect us to perform better when we face them. Most probably weekend to kasi parang weekend naman lagi yung 1-3-2-4. So, but we'll see once the second round schedule comes out.
Ayan. So before we wrap up the show, let's ask first, of course, thank you, Mika, for joining us. Parang ano lang to player of the game interview. May mga gusto ka bang batiin or pasalamatan?
Thank you to Quiver for inviting me again. Well, thank you din to LaSalle community, of course. I think manalo matalo, solid pa rin yung LaSalle community in supporting our girls coming into the second round. I hope solid pa rin tayo. You know, sometimes we get frustrated. I also sometimes get frustrated with the girls, pero tiyagain lang natin sila. Because, ayun nga, they're peaking and they're doing their best. You know, pretty sure outside the court naman, outside, after the game, the girls are doing all they can. We just need to be confident as well and trust the process lang din. Trust our coaching staff and our management na we can get through this season for sure.
Ay, ikaw, Vic, tinanong natin si Mika, baka may gusto ka lang din batiin or pasalamatan dyan.
Thank you to our sponsors sa podcast, Blue Fire Sabi. Yun. Tsaka, syempre, to the whole, to LaSalle community for staying there. And continue cheering the team. Not just the volleyball team, but the other sports teams as well na sabay na naglalaro right now for the second semester sports. So, yun. Thank you. And, yun. We will, rest assured naman, tingin ko lalaban naman talaga tayo. So, hang on in there for an exciting second round campaign.
Exactly. Exciting to second round upcoming, not just in volleyball, also in softball. And baseball will resume soon as well. They had a short-term break in the middle of the first round. So a lot of LaSalle sports to look forward to. Of course, we will do our best here at the Quiver podcast to discuss them as much as possible. Yung men's team then actually just fell short against FEU, who are top of the league. But they will get their chance probably soon. They finished the first round as the third place team, a fourth place team, having a 40 record alongside UST and Ateneo. So there you have it. Of course, we will thank again Mika for really joining us and helping us recap the first round and the FEU game. Of course, if you like seeing her here, say hi to the comments. We'll makikita rin siguro naman ni Mika yan sa YouTube, especially sa YouTube, mag-subscribe din kayo for the watch. Pakipatingin nga ulit ng watch.
There you go.
Ayan.
Ganda talaga. Kung kailangan sumali tayo sa parapol niya. Ganda.
Mahanap tayo ng way. Hanap tayo. Mag-inquire tayo sa
baka may loophole sa rulebook natin, pre. Baka may loophole sa rulebook.
Tingnan natin. Ayan. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. So, on behalf of Mika and Vic, I'm Brian. This is another episode of the Quiver Podcast. Subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Spotify and our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Alright, so there you go. See you as we talk about the upcoming games of the DLSU Lady Spikers. Hindi pa natin alam kung sino next na kalaban. But as we always say,
Animo LaSalle!